Ladies and gentlemen, old guy coming at you from Top Gear Power Sports in Roselle, Illinois. Wonderful dealership that we've been able to partner with to share with you some absolutely gorgeous Aprilia motorcycles. This one is the 2024 Aprilia Tuareg 660. Base MSRP $12,299. This is got a few updated equipment, which we'll kind of gloss over while we go. But in its base configuration and price point, this might be one of the better options as far as ADV, off-road, more off-road than on-road style riding, because it's very well equipped for off-road capability. Let's take a look at the seat height. Let's take a look at the engine and specs, all that good jazz, and then take it for a little bit of a ride, see what kind of capabilities this bike has in a short period of time, and kind of make a determination on if this bike would be a bike that I personally would purchase, and if I think maybe you should purchase it too. Let's take a look. So this engine is a 659cc parallel twin. It is the same engine that's in the Tuono 660 and the RS 660. However, this is tuned just a little bit differently, down from 100 brake horsepower to 80 brake horsepower at 9,250 RPMs and 51.63 foot-pounds of torque at 6,500 RPMs. Still delivering plenty of power in its configuration for its purpose, which is a little bit more off-road. So I think it'll be just fine. It'll probably lack a little bit of top-end power, but I don't think it's going to be that bad, especially for the intended purpose of this motorcycle. Up front, we do have a fully adjustable inverted front suspension. This is a 90/90 21-inch front tire. This is tubeless. You do have dual 300mm brake discs, 4-piston calipers from Brembo, and it's got the Navi style tires, so you do have a little bit more off-road capability. The suspension does have decent travel. So again, it's really, really targeting the more off-road focused adventure rider. And I like that, I really do. Because in the middle of that price point category, there's not a lot of bikes that meet the specs that this does. So I'm very excited to ride this bike, number one. I really would be very excited to get this bike off-road, but at this point, we're not gonna be able to do that quite yet on this channel, hopefully soon. Now in the rear, we have a single shock that is also fully adjustable. This is a 150/70/18 rear tire. Brembo caliper, 2-piston. It's a 260mm brake disc. So it's got a nice chunky brake disc for the rear, which is really nice. I do like the spoke wheels, off-road. Really nice. It does have a center stand too. So that's also very beneficial, especially for maintenance items and things like that. All in all, this is a pretty well-equipped motorcycle for its MSRP of $12,300. It's very well equipped. So let's get a sound check. Relatively quiet in its stock form, just sitting at idle. 1,500, 2,000. That's a rev all the way to 7,000. It's got a lot more induction noise than exhaust noise, so it's relatively interesting. Yeah, I'm hearing much more from the front. Okay, so I am 5'9" tall. I weigh about 225 pounds now. I'm fat. This bike claims a seat height of 33.9 inches. It's relatively tall. I will say this, from a feel perspective, this seat is pretty plush. So just feeling it, I think I might be able to spend a lot of time sitting in this seat. I have a 30-inch inseam. I'm gonna use the peg to get my leg over it. And let's just see how the weight distribution on this 449 pound claimed wet weight. Let's see how it feels. So using the peg's not too bad. Now getting it over, Also not too bad. It's it feels a little bit top heavy, but not terrible. Kind of foot on the pegs, leg kind of falls right in line. I'd be interested to see how the seat height is and how the stand-up position is on the road. So we'll have to check that out. All in all, though, you do have adjustable brake lever. This is a non-adjustable clutch lever. So I'm not too happy about that particular thing, but not too bad. You know what? This is a very, very smooth quick shifter. This is interesting because a lot of parallel twins do not have super smooth quick shifters. The two Aprilias I've ridden so far, the the Tuono 660 and this now, so far the quick shifter has been super good. Downshift, really nice. It does show a red line of 10K, and this engine does get really warm. Whew. It does have a nice induction noise though on the front. I mean, the exhaust isn't bad, but the induction noise is really nice. It is detuned from the RS and the Tuono, and you can feel it. The power delivery is still very, very linear though, and this does have a wicked induction noise. The exhaust note's not the greatest, but the induction noise on the front is just really, really cool sounding. Yeah, the power delivery is very linear. I mean, there's a little bit of there's a torque pull to it, don't get me wrong, but it's a very linear power delivery as you're climbing. The Tuono 660 that I rode is tuned a little bit differently, obviously, because it's set up for track. That power delivery was linear, but it was a little bit more punchy. This engine has a lot of torque delivery. It's really nice. See, it's just very, very linear power delivery. Nothing out of the ordinary. It's just everything is just very, very smooth and linear. This bike is stupid hot. Holy shit. Oh man, my leg is roasting right now. And that's the one thing about, you know, just being honest and truthful about the ride. This freaking bike is hot. I will say this, your stand-up riding position, really good. Really, really good. I mean, everything is right where it should be, very comfortable. These foot pegs are actually really super comfortable too to stand on. I mean, yeah, they have a rubber insert. It's not super fast. Suspension is super smooth. I mean, I was revving it all the way out, and that was the best this thing had. It's just the way that this is tuned. This is tuned for a little bit more of the adventure off-road style, and
it is what it is, you know. Doesn't take away from the fact that it's pretty good. And I'm not gonna lie, I do really love the stand-up ride position on this. It is stupid comfortable. I mean, you could ride standing up on this for a long time. Just stretch your legs, and especially if you're off-road. Man. Really good. Easy neutral. Kickstand down. Turn signal off.
All right. So 2024 Aprilia Tuareg 660. Suspension's really good. Probably be really good. It's gonna be really great off-road too. I like the tire config. It is, my biggest downside to this bike is it is stupid hot. It does have a really good sound though. Induction sound more than exhaust. It's a lot of money, $12,300. But man, it's a good bike. It really is. Yeah. Well, I gotta be honest, I enjoyed it. All right, everybody, stay safe. And as always, enjoy the ride.